And despite the danger of nuclear attack, we are streaming and we are live. And I'm joined as ever, well, not as ever, because we weren't on last week, but I'm joined this week by just Khornight in the co-host chair. So say hello, Khornight.
Hello, Khornight.
And I think we both agree the old ones are indeed the best ones, aren't they? So
Indeed,
that's good. And because I can actually restore pages. That's good. Because my system froze because I was unplugging webcams in, which again is directly due to OBS updating. That filler then I've used to get the old screens up that I was going to show before. So that's quite useful in a way, isn't it? And indeed, I probably didn't need to tell anyone. I just could have talked to you and asked you a question. But
I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, I don't think I have. Are you monitoring the levels? They're both in the green, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, no, that's what I was getting to the channel for, was to listen to. And I can tell that your levels are fine.
Good. That's fine.
Yeah. I can hear me
okay,
too.
well,
Awesome.
that's fine. Okay, well, what have you been up to? What did you manage to do last week?
We managed to do Dreamland and my division.
Mm.
And your division.
Oh, you did. Oh, yeah, you did me, didn't I? I jumped in briefly.
We didn't do champs or Danton's tier 1 division.
Oh, well, we got I don't know if you've seen the OCC website, but we actually got a compliment from Mr. Davo to say it was very good the work that we've done so far. That was quite nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said, "Where is it this week?"
So it wasn't so much compliment as a complaint about our lack of doing it this week. You told him it was half term, right?
Yeah. I haven't replied yet because I've been very busy. But it was indeed half term, and that's why we weren't on. But we're back this week, and I've got to say the world's changed a lot. But we're not going to mention any of that because
are we not? Because of my predilection for going into bad places.
Well, I think we're on safer ground unless you're going to be
The Russians are also no.
But yeah, I mean, my sympathies obviously to everyone involved. And yeah, let's just make it clear it's Putin's war, not Russia's. So
yeah,
if you are Russian, my sympathies go out to you, and if you're Ukrainian, obviously my deepest sympathies go out for you. And the world's a lot scarier place than it was this time last week, which is not great for anyone. But yeah, there we go. I don't want us to say, Khornight. I don't think there's much else to be said, is there?
No, that's it.
Good. Anyway, moving on to Blood Bowl.
Maybe we shouldn't move on to Blood Bowl quite yet, because after a week's hiatus and everything else, maybe and last week being no champs anyway, maybe we should wait for at least Spikebot to say that we're live.
Yeah,
right?
Okay, that's fine. Do we have any results to review from last week?
So yeah, let's
should we do that first?
So I haven't added up the two that we didn't do, obviously. Hey, we've got a view already. Hello, Tom. Or Franco, depending on how you want to call it. Anyway. Where is it? Oh, yes. It's... Alright, so last week, for your division and my division, and Dreamland's division, Danton got 2 points.
Okay, let's get this up. So Danton got 2 points, right? Okay.
Dreamland got 4.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider got 2.
Okay.
Ethel got 3.
Get in.
Khornight got 5.
What?
Now
cheating.
And Keith got 2 as well.
Oh, well done, Keith.
Yeah,
and
we did talk during the stream about how it looked suspect that we were doing the results and did quite well. It was me and Danton streaming.
That's quite good. But yeah,
honestly, there was no cheating. We haven't done champs, and so shall I get into that? And are we just going to do the numbers from last week? Or are we going to try?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's do the numbers from last week. I'll get the results up from. This is the week before, so this is week. I think we're on week 5 now, aren't we? So this is week 3. We're going to be looking at. But if we just do the numbers, then we can look at the numbers for this week for the champs. Because the plan is today to do the champs until 2 o'clock, and then we can maybe do tomorrow as well. We'll try and do the rest of the divisions tomorrow.
Okay, well, surprisingly, RTSD beat Andy Davo.
Yes, I did see that.
And you and Dreamland are the two who guessed that, so you both get points.
Okay, that's good.
It was a draw between. I wish I could do a Soccer Saturday. Rascals Pontifices 1, Infernal Demonsmiths 1.
There we go. You can do it.
That was a score draw for Spider and Danton.
Wow.
Luke's Liquor Store Squad 0.
Yep.
Guido Baggins, The Elder Children 2. I've forgotten what they call that. Away
win.
An away win for Ethelred, Spider, Danton, and someone else who isn't me. And Dreamland, of course.
Okay. Great.
Varus is Southern Sentinels 1. Wolfbark's Warpstone Watchers 1.
Okay. Ball draw.
Yeah.
Score draw.
And you are the only person who scored a point there.
As is right.
Nibbenen's Motivation Squad 2.
Yep.
Count Mathis Kingdom of Swadia 1. So a home win there for
Nibbenen,
which is a point for Spider, Danton, and Dreamland.
Okay. Spider, Danton, and Dreamland.
And that concludes last week's
things. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So I'll bring them back up a bit later. But I mean, this is good news, and even better news for you. I'm going to be in that London town, and this is for any viewers who are near or in London. I'm going to be in that London town on the 5th and 6th, I think, of April.
You mean when I'm in York?
Well, that's a Tuesday and a Wednesday.
Oh, okay, no, all right, fine, yeah, excellent.
So if you're around, you can. I probably might be able to buy you a beer.
Excellent. We can meet up with Dreamland maybe.
Yeah, mate, that'd be good. And there might be some publishing types in and around, but they'll be fine.
I might have to talk to people about things other than Blood Bowl.
Yeah, but
do I need to pretend that I'm also a publishing type? Well,
if you want, yeah. I mean, you can. You won't need to do much pretending, so that should be fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's good news.
Mm-hmm.
And what I really want to talk about this week is this week's games, which the results are there. And I've pulled out 2 to look at because I thought they were the most interesting. And they are Justice Philippe 2, Southern Sentinels 0, and Liquor Store Squad none, Motivated Squad 3, which is I think you'll agree is the most the best 2 scorelines on there. And I guess this week's analysis lesson is like, should you foul? That's a question mark, I think, for these. I mean, generally, what's your position on fouling, Khornight?
Okay,
I queue up the screens.
Queue up VT. So I think fouling is a really strong tactic, especially when you build your team towards it. But I'm not good at fouling. I find it difficult to position well enough that I can get good fouls. Usually, I'm either fouling because I'm behind and I feel like I need to, or because there's another reason. I'll on it for a second. Or I'm so far ahead that there's no reason not to. And the problem comes when when you get send-offs, because sometimes it happens that the ref sends off every single foul. In fact, that's one I had a game last week where that happened, where my opponent did 3 fouls and they were all send-offs, and each one was well, the last one was a send-off, so this one shouldn't be, and it was just you're just losing players for the whole game now in the first 3 turns, and that's really terrible, I think, when that happens. And I've had a lot of I'm guessing But this may have, if you're bringing this up as a subject. So I'm pretty sure that I had a similar game with the Southern Sentinels where their drive fell apart because they were fouling too much. It wasn't just they were fouling too much. They fouled, had players sent off, but also had a couple of injuries and also a couple of KOs, and just there wasn't enough of a team left to score. And that I can totally see 2-0 stemming from send-offs and other removals.
Well, do you want to have a look?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So this is Justice Elite versus Southern Sentinels. Now, what happened at the beginning was a blitz result for the Southern Sentinels, which is a great result, isn't it? Really? Do you know what I mean?
It can be. It depends where. Like, a lot is made of how amazing blitzes are and stuff, but it can be a bit of a two-edged sword, can't it? So you can overextend yourself in a blitz.
Yeah.
And that can be a problem.
Well, it didn't really. So I'm showing you on the screen here. If I just click on, I guess the final move here. So I'm just playing it through. So you see at the top there where the ball has landed. That's where the ball landed. So it's quite a fortunate kick as well. I would say. I mean, interesting for Davo, he didn't really set up to defend against a blitz on the left hand side here. I mean that player, for some reason on the chart has moved already, but yeah, he didn't really, because you can see how he's set up there, right? And he left this left hand flank quite open, really. I mean, I know he's got frenzy players and so on, but
what are the three backfield players?
So he's got a catcher, two catchers, and that is just a lino with dirty player, right? So they are elves, so it's not too hard to reposition, but and it's hard to defend against this kind of thing as well, because the worst place for the ball to land and then get a blitz is in this wide zone this side, and that's exactly what happened. So that's hard to plan against, really, but I'm surprised he didn't put someone else like here or here just to defend against that. But he didn't, and yeah, I wouldn't say that's bad play, because he.
Because Andy's a better coach than you.
Yeah, well, he's better. Well, he is. He is a better coach. He is a better coach than me, and I guess you don't always have to defend against a blitz. And I'm sure he's got a reason for placing like Old Yellow on the line here instead. He's probably going for
I think if we're going to
off, isn't he, for this player?
If we're going to question the positioning, my question would be why it looks like he's kind of protecting. Is he protecting the dirty player? Or is the dirty player there to react to stuff? I'm not sure what because if the dirty player was on the LOS with the other elves, then the protection from blitz would be wider.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
I don't know why he's protecting the DP then, because it's his turn first, right? As well. Do you know what I mean? So, did we do on One World, One Blood Bowl? We were obviously. I don't think Varus could have seen that, because in that they were talking about turn one getting a blitz, and this guard catcher could have been off the pitch, because there's the War Dancer. He leaps in and he's got frenzy, so it's a blitz there, and this is exactly what they're talking about. So that's a frenzy defense. He's not got sidestep, that one to the north, as it were, to the top of the pitch has. And Davo's clearly going for the frenzy push down the line here and trying to get this guy off. Although he has got fend, so maybe he wouldn't have been.
I doubt he's trying to fend. I'm trying to surf.
Do you think he would have gone? Do you think he would have gone for him? Because he's strength 4 as well, so it's two dice on a 3+ leap, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think he would have definitely got, and especially after. I think Davo did watch One World, One Blood Bowl as well, and it's exactly what they talked about, to say.
And leader as well as guards. That's a double whammy of players to get rid of.
So so if anything, Varus has positioned poorly here, but as I say, it was a blitz, and he managed to secure the ball. But obviously Davo won. So he's got the ball. This is his turn 1. The elves have moved to kind of recover and tag the ball as well. It's got to be said. But he gets the ball free and moves it back. But the critical thing happens here in, I think, turn 4. So this is the elves moving in, right? So the elves move all in, as we can see here. So I'll just click these buttons to click through where it is. Okay, so this is the end state at the end of Davo's go. So he has tagged the ball quite a lot. That's quite intense. And a lot of Brett's on the floor here. And I think this is the critical error that he makes. So he gets the War Dancer down by blocking with the ball carrier, which is fair. He's kind of got to at this point. And then this is the critical mistake, I think. So he dodges this guy out, Everard the Grey. Okay. Hang on, let me show you. Move my move. So he dodges this guy out on a 3+. Well, he's got dodge, but he fails the first one, and then he fouls the War Dancer, and he gets sent off because he draws a double one. But what on earth is he doing fouling there? No assist. Yes, it is strength 4, AG4, but one, would you have dodged out on that and used a re-roll up? And 2, would you have fouled there?
Does he have? He has a bribe, right?
He hasn't got a bribe, no.
What's he got? So he's got a wizard and...
he's got a wizard, and he's used his bribe already by that stage.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, it's a big piece, but
with no assists, I probably wouldn't have done. But
I mean, it can work. But yeah, this is exactly what I was talking about. Barris has lost players to me through fouling in a similar way.
And then,
what did you say the name of the player he fouled with was again?
Everard the Grey. So it's quite a high piece as well. I mean, it's not,
Yeah, 150k of blocker. That is a lot.
It's a lot. I don't think I would have done that. But I mean, he's in a tight spot there, really. And David has been pressuring him quite a lot up to that point. But anyway, David does his magnificent thing here. Can you see what's going to happen here? So, I mean, just look at this. I mean, you think the ball would be safe there, but it's well, maybe you wouldn't because it's clear it can be hit. But look what he makes. He makes a classic Davo line, and then he gets the surf as well, which is great. And that surfaces into a Kaz as well, which is pretty bad, I would say. And yeah, that's it. And that's it really. I mean, we don't. He steals the ball back, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Bretts left on the pitch. One of which is sent off, 2 in the Kaz box, 1 KO'd, and 2 elves against 11. I mean, sorry, 6 Bretts against 11 elves. How do you think that's going to turn out?
Yeah, like 6 Bretts against 6 elves is not great, right?
So yeah, I mean, that's the only thing for this game because it's it's obvious. So yeah, even the setup for turn 9, I think we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 Bretts against 11 elves. Yeah, that you ain't gonna do nothing there. Not against Andy Davo anyway. When you're 1-0 down, so
I mean, I think there's two things in play here, which I think is interesting. Which, I think it's very important to come to a game with a game plan and an idea of how you're going to win. But if that game plan isn't working, you've used your bribe, you're fouling with non-dirty players who are worth 150k. It's probably time to deviate from that plan and just hold on for the draw rather than necessarily trying to high roll.
Yeah, and he did try high roll. I mean, look, he's moved. You can just see that move there. Or
maybe Varys just wants to try and win the dirty get competition now that Triss has actually gone down.
Yeah, I mean he's dodged there, and then he's passed the ball after a GFI, which again is fair enough, but I mean it's a potato play if anything. He's not.
I mean, you're going to have to potato at some point with 8 Bretts against 11 elves anyway, right?
Yeah, but I mean the ball's not safe. The ball's not safe there at all, and obviously Andy just comes in, steals it again, and then that was effectively game. I mean he's got a wizard, so I haven't watched the whole game, but there might have been some wizard shenanigans a bit later, but I imagine.
Yeah, I mean I'm surprised it wasn't more than that looks to me exactly like the kind of thing where Andy would score, go 2-0 up, and then
keep going,
keep pressuring, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Especially when you're against the wizard, it's a bit safer and.
Yeah, I guess the wizard came out there. Oh, did get a block back on the ball there, but yeah, it's by turn 14, it's fairly safe. There's nothing much he could have done, and he did wizard. It looks like at the start of his turn 15, but yeah, 2-0. So that was the first one, and then the second one is this game against Lichtenstein squad versus Nijmegen, and the reason I looked at this one is because the Chorfs won 3-0.
Do you want to do predictions for this?
Oh yeah, no. Let's do predictions first. I've got to change about 5 screens though, but yeah, keep going, keep talking.
You need to do like shortcut keys. In OBS you can like do Control 1 for like one of the scenes, and then or do you just got one scene going and you add and take away things?
Yeah, I turn things off and on. But yeah, I
make 2 scenes so that one is the desktop with the and the other is OCC with the betting and everything, and then you can flip between them with one key switch.
Yeah,
that would be sensible, wouldn't it?
That'd be something I can do a bit later on, perhaps. But
yeah. Okay, so there were only 2 people who didn't go for Andy, and that was you and Danton. For some reason, thought Varus was going to murder
win that one. Well, he didn't.
Yeah. So Spider, me, Dreamland, and that's it. In fact.
Okay. Well done.
Oh wait, does that mean it's just rolled? Oh, shit.
It has rolled. Yeah. Oh yeah, you need to put the new betting up for this week. And then the other game is, oh god, I can't find that screen now. There we go. The other game is this one, which is Motivated Squad versus Nijmegen. So yeah, the reason I want to look at this one is because the Chorfs won.
Wait, Motivated Squad versus Nijmegen.
Yeah. Sorry, Motivated Squad versus Liquor Store Squad. So it's the battle of the squads, which I've just made up. And yeah, the Chorfs won 3-0. So I thought, that could be interesting. So let's have a look at that one. And it was interesting, but not for the reason you'd think. Because why would Chorfs win 3-0?
I'm guessing from complete decimation of the opponent.
Yeah, and he did get that, but not through hitting, but through, again, fouling. So if we go through,
complete decimation doesn't make sense, does it?
No,
decimation
literally means 1 in 10. But yeah, I mean, what happened? Basically, what happened was, if we just go through this, it didn't show this, but basically, if you watch in the top left-hand corner, okay, so I mean, at early days, at the very beginning of the game, the first blitz got rid of this guy, lost car keys, but then the Chorfs did get rid of this strength, the strength 5 blocker, and he got MNG'd on that. So that was quite good. And then I don't know if Luke had an aneurysm or a fit or something.
The strength 5 blodge stand firm guard blocker.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great player to remove. But I don't know if that tilted Luke or Luke just, as I said, had a some sort of psychological break. But then all Luke did every turn was just foul. And if we just keep going through, you can see that at his turn 3, his turn 3, there's 1 in the sin bin. Turn 4, okay, turn 5, turn 6, there's 2 in the sin bin. Turn 7, there's 3 in the sin bin. His turn 8, there's 4.
Is he fouling with good players?
Well, this is the thing as well, because he did start fouling with his good players. But really early on, like turn 3 or 4, this guy Schweppes got sent off, and he is the 6-3-4-9 guy. But he got rid of him. He got rid of the other AG4 guy, and yeah, he just kept fouling and getting all his players sent off. So I think he was kind of, I don't know, a bit tilted maybe, but certainly, if we look at like turn 9, he's still fouling here, and he does get some injuries. So we've got 5 sent off now, and then a couple more injuries and a few KOs there. But yeah, if we go to the end, his turn 16, say, if you look at that, yeah, there's quite a lot of double scores in this game. But yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the sent off. So that's why Nijmegen won, because he kept fouling, either left the ball open or not safe, and yeah, that's it. But the thing that the question mark for me is he started fouling really early, and yeah, he did. He didn't have a bribe or anything like that either, but he started fouling really early, and he did have a bribe at the very beginning, but he just kept fouling, and then he just got players sent off and sent off and sent off and sent off. So yes, on one hand he could have been trying to save his team, but on the other hand he never really tried that because his intention was to foul no matter what. Because I think he'd stop after he got 4 sent off.
He had 13 players, so even when there's 3 send-offs, he still got most of the team to the next half. It's and I guess when you've had 3 send-offs, you kind of think, well, it's unlikely,
Yeah, it's not going to happen again, right?
Gambler's fallacy.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, 5 send-offs over a game, if you're fouling every turn, is about right. If you're doing really high chance fouls.
But I just think on the guys he was fouling with, I've just shown you various bits and pieces that happen here. I mean, this is where Schweppes.
I guess it's actually if he had a bribe as well, that's actually 6 send-offs.
Yeah, I mean,
so,
Schweppes is here. I mean, the ball's safe, but he is trying to get rid of this Chorf, who's
it's worth also saying, the Cas box is full of only send-offs, isn't it? He didn't actually lose any orcs, and maybe the fouling. I assume it was a Chorf piled on, and then
I mean he's jumping on fouling on players as well, which is fine. But I don't know if I would have used my Schweppes 6349 to foul that Dwarf.
Yeah.
There, do you know what I mean? I'm not sure I would have done that. I mean, it's tempting, and he is armor 8, but
I think of the two of us, you're a lot more likely to do that than I am.
Yeah. I mean, I may have done it, but not with Schweppes, right? Because you get him sent off, and he's safe for the rest of the game. But you kind of, I mean, it's still 0-0 at this point. Although the ball is pretty much safe, and you're not going to be able to stop him scoring. But I don't know. It feels like his obsession with fouling did really cost him the game. Whereas, like you say, with the injuries, he only had by the end of the game, he only had a couple. Which may have been, again, because he wasn't getting... they weren't on the pitch to be fouled, but... I don't know, it's like the fouling cost him the game because he got so many players sent off. And it didn't work, because if you look at the Chorfs at the end, then they've only had 1 badly hurt, which I'd say was off the first blitz.
But I mean, it's not just badly hurt, is it? If you're stunning the claw pommer every other turn, so he never gets to claw pom you, that's pretty good for your team preservation. And that shouldn't be what you're aiming for in champs, but it maybe should be on the way up to champs.
Yeah. So I don't know, but
Luke has already lost 3 games as well, so maybe
he didn't care anymore.
He just wants to stay alive.
Yeah, I mean, and he's got a good chance, I think, of winning the Dirty Git competition now because with 5 send-offs, that's going to be quite a lot of points. But 5 points, I guess, but. I thought it was interesting. Like extreme dedication to fouling, absolutely led to, losing the game. Really, but
I mean that is the one thing about fouling. It's worth. It's a massive high variance thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the swing from I could remove one of their players to I get one of my players removed is just so much.
But there you go.
Okay, so you say it's the Dirty Git competition, but he hasn't actually posted in the Dirty Git competition at all. He's just fouling because he likes it.
Just fouling because he likes it. Well, that's fair
enough. Yeah. But I think he'd be winning if he did.
Well, Well, Luke, do post on the fouling thing because you probably need to be honest.
I mean, if you did 16 fouls and 5 of them were send-offs, I think you'd be.
Yeah, I don't think
Nibbanen is posting his fouls, and Nibbanen's got a season total that would be around what you're getting if that's what your average game is.
Yeah, so I mean, he should definitely post it, but
especially now Tis isn't around. My God, there's some low scores. I wish I was still in champs.
Yeah,
I've had a few pretty good
fouls yourself
recently. Yeah.
All right. So anyway, points wise, who scored on that one?
Okay, everyone except me voted for Nibbernon.
Ah.
Oh, wait. Am I looking at the right week? Yeah, I am. Yeah, sorry.
So it's week 4.
Yeah, so Nibberland's the away one, right?
Yeah.
So
everyone
that would be you, Spider, Danton, and Dreamland. I have a feeling this game didn't get played that early either. I just missed this game. Why did I not? Didn't bet on this game. Boom.
Boo. Okay. The next one is this one, which is Rustfall's Pontifices 2, Kingdom of Swadia 1. I didn't look at this one. It doesn't seem too horrendous though. 48 blocks, 32 blocks, no deaths, 5 injuries inflicted versus 2 injuries inflicted. So that various skinks is still alive. Looks like Alexander got a loss of armor in one of his first games, I'm guessing. Fourth game. That's a bit crap in it. But he's got blocks, so you'll probably keep him, wouldn't you?
Bit crap, yeah.
But that's really crap. That's really bad news. What's this catcher got? Oh, nothing. He's just a badly hurt. Well, that's fine. So that's 2-1. So who did anyone vote for Rustfall for that one?
Wait a second, I'm just checking, and yes, that previous game must have been like the first game of the week.
Right.
So I think I was late doing my predictions. And happened. Okay, sorry. Did anyone bet on?
I'll put my camera back on. Yeah.
Sorry, what was the result again?
It was 2-1 to Rustfall.
Yes, lots of people did. Again, everyone except me. God. Ethelred, Spider, Danton, and Dreamland all get points.
Yeah, bet against the Berts, as Dreamland says in the chat. So I win. So Spider, yeah, and Danton.
Yeah.
And Dreamland. Dreamland's nearly at 30 already. That's quite good. So yeah, that was that game. Next one, Jump All Stars drew against Warpstone Watchers. So that's RTSD versus Wolfbark. That's a 1-1.
Yeah.
Again.
Pretty exciting game, if you ask me.
Yeah. Did you have a look at that one?
Coaches. No, I didn't. No. But,
I mean, it looked like the Jump All Stars got the run of play because they had 6 KOs and 5 injuries inflicted.
I mean, that's kind of what you'd expect for a horrible claw team against
goblins.
Goblins.
But no one died. No one's even stat busted, I don't think. So.
No perms. Not even an MNG, in fact.
So yeah, I think Wolfbark would be quite happy with that. And yeah, nice Rotter getting MVP there as well. But yeah, only 2 armor breaks though. When he's got those killers, that's a bit disappointing, isn't it? I guess, but only 18 blocks. So
I'm guessing he played quite defensively.
Yeah, I probably retreated, didn't he?
Very, very low scores on both sides. So
yeah, he's got hardly any blocks.
I wonder if he dackered. Was this a dacker with Underworld?
Yeah, I think it probably could have been.
Run away!
Well, fair enough. I absolutely would, wouldn't you? So 1-1. So did anyone bet on a draw?
Yes, 2 people. Spider and Danton.
Oh God, that's well spotted.
And that was Spider's one. No, it wasn't one draw. That was the first draw of the week that Spider bet on.
Okay, surprising. And the last game was Infernal Demon Smiths versus the Elder Children. Again, Chorse versus the I think it's High Elves, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, perhaps surprisingly, the Chorse won that 1-0. However,
I don't think it was surprising.
No. 1 KO, 4 injuries and 2 kills. So yeah, anyone important die?
There were a couple of levels for Chorse. Oh my God, yes. 2. Well, actually, they were both linemen. One of them was a blodge guard, and the other one was blodge tackle.
Oh, both quite
good. So good, like 80 SPP of linemen going, but that lowers your TV a bit.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're on very much on borrowed time, aren't they? Sort of anything over level 3 on a lineman is very much borrowed time because. I
mean, high elves do can build quite wide, although it looks like Gildo's team is no longer working under that premise, as he has 9 players.
9 players left. Okay.
Oh, that's not even 9. Sorry, 8 players.
And who bet on the luckless or the lucky dwarfs?
One person.
Just one person.
One smiling person.
Is that Khornight?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, indeed.
Preempted that nicely.
Yeah, I carried on forever.
Okay, cool. So let's have a look at the leaderboard after 4 games. And yeah, it's not turning into a 2-horse race because I think we were probably good down to at least 5th, who won 2 wins. But yeah,
I mean, taking into account everything else, you know,
I mean, it's not looking good for Luke. We've got to say it's easy at the bottom, isn't it? Really. So Luke, Wolfbark, and Varus are very much need a turnaround in fortune to start challenging to even stay up at this stage. I'd say because they're both on 2 points respectively, and then no points. At the other end of the table, yeah, Nibenen slightly ahead because he's got that one draw over Davo, who lost that one game, but still got 3 wins. That's solid. There's only a point in it, so could go anyway really. And then the 2 wins people are Raspel, Guido, and Ant-Man. Jump All Stars, yeah. I mean, perhaps unsurprisingly, Nurgle's got 3 draws and 1 win. But you know, a bit of variance in the dice, he can still get up there, can't he?
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's RTSD's a good coach as well.
Yeah.
I think I remember him saying once something about sometimes when he plays, you know, kill teams, you just have to go for the draw, right? It's hard to push for the win when you're movement 6 and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we didn't look at the game, so it could have been the Jump All Stars versus Woodbark. It could have been, you know, a failure of a GFI at the end to score.
He's definitely winning in terms of TV. 2,350.
Yeah, it certainly is, isn't he? Okay, well,
I wonder what the highest TV in the league is. In fact,
well, it's probably not far off that, is it? I wouldn't say. But yeah, shall we have a look at this week's fixtures?
Yep. Let's go for it.
So, first one is at Elfoff. So, this is Justice Philippe versus the Elder Children. So, Justice Philippe, let's have a quick look at them. As I say, they didn't really suffer any injuries last week against the Orcs. Again, famous AV7. But they have got a catcher MNG. So, they'll get 1 loner from this. That's another 70 to get added on. So, 1970 they'll be on. I mean, again, the core of the team is absolutely these 2 dancers, isn't it? Who are great, and that 1 turner is also pretty fab as well. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned Nibenen scored on one of his chorfs as well in that the win he had, because why not? I guess.
I mean, yeah, you should, especially if you've
got a
way
chance
ahead.
to. Yeah. So I mean, it's a solid elf team. As I say, there's 2 absolute stars in those war dancers, although one is movement 7, which isn't so great, but yeah, very strong. And the high elves, we've just talked about them, they got battered a bit, didn't they? So they're on 1490 plus how much is a high elf line? Are they 70 as well?
70. Everyone except all the elves except pros are 70 for a line.
7. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's got 4 times 7, 20, 28.
Yep.
280, thank you. So he'll be on 16. No, he'll be on 17. 1770. So not.
Yay.
1770. So he's got about 200
TV behind and
so
literally.
So it'd be a wizard, won't it? I would imagine.
I mean, it's kind of scary though, right? Like.
Or would you
both teams being on 11 elves?
Or would you go Moranion? Because he's strength 4, he's got tackle, famously.
You've got a couple of tackle already.
Oh, you got a frenzy
and your own 1-turner,
and you got a 1-turner. So do you? Presumably you wouldn't try and elf ball it. You would.
I mean, this is horrific, isn't it? You're going to get. But, I mean. Yeah, the Moranion's too much anyway, isn't he? Isn't he like 260 or 270?
He is. Hey, Varus. Oh, Varus, we missed us talking about you earlier, and we said, What did we say
You
about
foul
Varus?
too much.
You foul too much.
You need to stop fouling when everyone gets sent off.
No, that was that's Luke.
Oh, was that the other one? Sorry. Although I think is it true of Varus as well?
Well, Varus, we didn't like your dodge out to foul the War Dancer who was on the floor that led
with
to
the blocker who was 150.
Yeah, with 150 TV that caught you, that not only cost you another reroll but also led directly to the ball being not free and one of your players surfed. We didn't like that. But apart from that, you played really well. But yeah, so that's what we didn't like. But you know. Yeah, I didn't like it either. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. Yeah, and I mean, we do feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did have a bribe. We did mention that, but
oh, I thought you said he didn't have the bribe at that point.
Did you use the bribe up on that foul, or was it an earlier foul you used it?
Oh, it was triple ones.
Triple ones. Oh, right. Well, in which case, yeah, he did. I didn't notice that, but yeah, okay. That's slightly less bad then, but it was a disaster. And yeah, it just shows.
I mean, it could have been 2-2-1, or it could have been 3-3-1, or it could have been 4-4-1. Though, so it's not just triple ones that would have killed you that way.
No, but that is bad. If you had the bribe, and it was his strength 4 dancer, absolutely, and he was desperate, but. Yeah, that's Blood Bowl. I mean, you have to rewatch what we said about you, but yeah.
Basically, don't stand so near the sidelines.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing that we looked at, you and we mentioned this earlier, but you probably haven't seen One World, One Blood Bowl, which is the podcast from Purple Chest. But he talked exactly about how you set up with chevrons, and Davo could have served your guard player. Nibinen's game starts in 10 minutes. But yeah, anyway, Varus, we talked about the fact that he could have friended one of your leader guard player from the off with a leap, with that strength 4 leaping War Dancer. So yeah, you have to catch the early bit of the stream for that. And Nibinen, you were lucky against Luke. We watched your game and. Yeah, Luke just wouldn't stop fouling, and then just wouldn't stop getting sent off either. So that was kind of fun for you because you scored on a chorf, and you must have been a bit nervous. Yeah, I think that too, Varus, and we did discuss that earlier. But I think Nibinen would have been a bit nervous at the beginning because Luke's first blitz did injure one of his chorfs, but that was it really. He didn't really get anyone else removed, and. Luke did a great job of removing his own players through fouling. Yeah, he did absolutely dice himself. But anyway, Khornight, this elf match, what are you thinking?
I mean, Andy, 100%.
Yeah.
No offense to Guido, who is a good coach.
He's a great coach, yeah. But
it's a scary matchup for either team. Like it could snowball massively in either direction rapidly. But if anyone's going to start that snowball off, it's going to be Andy.
Yeah. What would you get for inducements?
I'm having a real difficulty deciding. I don't think a wizard is that great against woodies.
No.
I mean, it could become a shootout, and no one's ever holding onto the ball that much.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, do you want that to happen? So do you want to get the wizards to try and entice it into a shootout? Both teams have a lot of blodge. Andy has strength 4 frenzy tackle, which is obviously kind of the stronger of the two, and more guard. But Guido has a better one-turner.
Yeah.
So part of me also thinks maybe getting a star player so you can bench the one-turner and keep him safe, because Andy is defo going after that.
Yeah. Definitely. Dreamland says Wiz and Bolt the Natty on turn 1. Which is a tactic. I mean, it's high risk, but also could be a quite high reward, because if you get rid of Kinroth, then it turns into a more normal, inverted commas, game, doesn't it?
Oh, actually, both teams have frenzy.
Yeah. He's got a frenzy catcher.
Yeah. But I'm not really a fan of any of the Moranian's okay. More arm rate, I guess, in a team where you've got 4 armor 7s. But
yeah, I think what does Moranian bring? He brings another tackle, and he brings strength 4
and armor 8.
And armor 8. But
which, the alternative to Moranian. Oh, also Moranian costs more, right?
Yeah, Moranian, you've got to put some bank in. I think it's 260. You've got to put some of your bank in as well.
You could get Eldril, which is like ball sacking threat and an extra player and another catcher.
Yeah.
But he's also dodge 87 and tends to leave the pitch as soon as he gets touched.
He'd be losing the pitch fairly quickly, wouldn't he, against this elf team? Because again,
yeah.
Davo's going to target him. The frenzy guy, the strength 4 frenzy guy's got tackle as well, so he's safe.
Davo does, of course, have mighty blow in the form of a tree, which could make a lot of difference.
Well, it could, but I don't think Guido's the kind of player that's going to be tagging the tree that much, is he? So I wouldn't count on that. It's at least 1 or 2 hits, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moranian does not have Dauntless from memory.
He might do, He's strength 4, so you don't think about it very much. But he does have Dauntless.
You have to go and check. Oh, he does have Dauntless. And
so you can Moranian Dauntless the tree.
You could get rid of the tree. Well,
I mean, you can knock it over
and then run away from it. Yeah.
But then, of course, there are all the times that you don't knock it over.
And if you fail Dauntless on him, you can't really re-roll it, can you?
No, you definitely don't. But he's got wrestle and block anyway, so. Meh. But yeah, definitely going for Andy. No offense, Guido.
No. So I'm tempted not to go for Andy, but only to be different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, gamble. I mean, it could be a draw. Like this is very plausibly a draw because of the dicey nature of the game. Both teams having 11 players, it could be that both teams are, play so defensively.
Yeah, I can't see what makes it really difficult is I can't see a useful inducement for the high elves.
That's what I was saying as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think I'd tend towards Moranian because it's an extra player, so you can bench the Natty, right? But it doesn't really bring much to this game. That's the problem.
No, you've already got loads of wrestle and block, and you've got a couple of tackle, which is kind of enough, right?
Yeah. I mean, bribe. Bribe is an option, but
with only 11 players, it's a bit risky, and you don't have any dirty player.
Yeah, you've got no dirty player, so you're not going to get the benefit. So I mean, does he just load up on extra players then? But then that
load up on extra players.
But for what reason?
Lineman.
Because I mean, he doesn't want to lose the attrition game because if he does, then it's absolutely going to be a loss because he's not going to be able to cope with the elves.
Yeah, that's what scares me about 11 players on both teams.
Yeah. But it could be. But again, 11 players on both teams is it's kind of really variable on injury dice, isn't it? And Dreamland's still obsessed by bolting the Natty, which it's fine, but yeah. And I think what's your tactics going into that game? Do you just roll dice and hope you score one more than Andy when the dust settles on turn 16?
I mean, weep a little bit before the game and try and put stuff together.
I think that's what you've got to try. I think that's what you've got to try and do is just score as many as you can. I think that's got to be your tactic.
Do I did it TT and just let Andy roll loads and loads of skulls?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I tell you what. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna vote for Guido. Just be different, but I think it should be an Andy win, that one. I think I quite agree. But
wait. Should we jump ahead to doing Nibbenen's game in case?
Yeah, we should.
I could sneakily watch how it's going and get some advantage from when they started already. Was it?
Well, it's starting in a couple of minutes, so we can. I mean, we can talk about the squads, can't we? So I think it is motivated squad, versus Rascals Fantasies. So after last week, he had one chore. I think was just badly hurt. So he's everyone's back. So he's got a full squad.
Oh, I'm sad we missed talking about the champs in the week where Niven beats.
6.
Oh no, ignore me. Sorry. Ignore me.
Yeah, you're right. So he's got all 6 chores back. It's both bulls.
He's got a full squad. This is what his team looks like. He's still got that niggled hobgoblin sitting at the bottom of the roster.
But he's fouling, isn't he? With him, I guess. Well, he's on the bench and then he's fouling.
Well, he's just sitting on the. Yeah, he's coming on when he needs to, right? So.
Okay, and he's versus Raspel's Pontifices. Here we go. Who's missing he's missing a Saurus. And one of these Sauruses is armor 8 now, which isn't great. But against Claw, it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of fine. Movement 9 Skink.
I mean, he's the strip bull, right? He's the
stripper.
Strength bust. I think he's niggled as well at this point, right? Maybe even more.
He's got 2 niggles, in fact. So yeah, he shouldn't be hit basically, because if he is, he's probably more or less off the pitch.
I mean, no, Raspel's game plan is to stunty dodge him into cages and roll those dice, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
The Chorf ball carrier is blodge sure hands though, so probably less effective in this game. Maybe stop the Chorf handing the ball off to a bull.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Varus' assessment there as well. So he will have, I don't think, Nibbin has got a full squad as well, hasn't he? So Raspel will have 280 to play with. So what do you do with that 280? Wizard, I guess, is better here. Slibbly against Claw.
Like, it's another Saurus. You need the strength and the guard. You've only got 5, and the Chorfs will just base you up with Chorfs and
hit you otherwise. Yeah. Yeah. How much is Slibbly?
About 260.
260. All right.
Something like that.
Yeah, so you should be able to afford that as well. But I mean, it's looking hard to bet against Nibbin on there, isn't it? In my opinion, do you agree?
250. So, yeah, same. I'm like the scary pieces that Raspel has are kind of not so scary for this Chorf team.
Not for Chorfs, no.
Yeah, they're not that worried about a strength 1 skink coming in and trying to strip their sure hands.
No.
And they're, guard clawing all the Saurus and the skinks, given the option. It makes no difference. It's, there are ways, but it's unlikely. The likely outcome is even less Saurus next week.
Yeah, even less Saurus next week. Varus, I do agree with you as well, because that might change Nibbin's game plan somewhat if he's facing a wizard.
Yeah, maybe.
But I mean, but I also think Silly Billy's a good choice as well, even though it's against a Claw team. Because guard and strength 4 is what you want, isn't it? So
imagine a world where Lotta Bottle was actually good.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? Okay, I need to bet on this one then, don't I? Have I bet already? I bet on Nibbin. Yeah, I think he's going to win that one. Well, good luck, Nibbin. If we're still on the background, that's fine. All right, next one is Warpstone Watchers versus Infernal Demon Smiths. So this is Warpstone Watchers. I don't think they suffered any permanence last week, which is really good.
So their TV has gone up compared to last week.
Yeah, 14 players. They've still got their 2 killers, some nicely developed goblins coming along. 1 AG4, 1 now, which is really good.
Or he's still not got any SPP after dying repeatedly in previous incarnations.
Yeah.
Or Relensis.
It's 3 games he's played in this one. Okay, and he is versus Infernal Demon Smiths, which is the other Chorf team, which are here. And they're again a full squad. They've got 2 strengths up. So they've got a strength up bull and a strength up armor 6 ball carrier, which I guess he'd still keep unless he's got a niggle. Let's check that. No, yeah, armor 6, strength 4 is fine, I think. Only 2 claw mighty and no piling on, So removals might be a bit less of an issue, but it is against goblins, so you can expect quite a few goblins to be leaving the pitch.
I mean, Wolfbark's going to be on 16 players in this game, isn't he? So
yeah, he's got six mighty blow tackle. Well, 7, 8 if you count the balls as well. So yeah, you can see some goblins not making this game.
Yeah, it's Wolfbark's at home with his knuckle altar, so there'll be 2 stars.
Yeah, it's 2 stars. I was going to say, what's the difference in TV? It's just 100, isn't it? But
190, so almost 200.
Oh yeah, sorry, I thought it was 1900. Yeah, almost 200. So yeah, two stars and a wizard, because he should be able to afford it, shouldn't he?
That would be spending money out of the bank.
Right. Well, he has got 230 in the bank actually.
Oh, actually, yeah, he's got loads in his bank. Oh wow. Yeah, he could easily he could easily spend that on a wizard.
So you could get a wizard, and I think at this level you might as well spend the cash, hadn't you? There's no point getting rid of it.
I mean, it's the same either way, right?
Yeah.
You're the lower TV team, but burning it gives you 80k more inducements. Spending it gives you 80k more inducements. It's the same.
Yeah. Which stars again? Would like to see Bomber?
That's interesting. I definitely Bomber just because he's cheap, just for the extra body. I think I'd still go Skitter. Just because, claw bombing means Glart's actually not that much better, and he's not as mobile.
Can they get Ripper for Underworld? Does he play for Underworld teams?
Ripper the Troll.
Yeah.
No, they can't get Ripper the Troll. There's also there's a chainsaw called Ripper as well, right?
Ah, right, yeah. Because I thought Ripper might synergize with the AG4 Goblin on the one.
I mean, maybe Fez Glitch might be interesting, actually. I do quite like the ball and chain on defense. Doesn't quite work with Bomber, but you can bench one for one defensive drive and use the other for the other one.
Well, Fez is a good disruptor as well, isn't he? And they're not fast, so you're going to be hitting Chorfs, but you haven't got block either. But you are strength 7, so you're going to have 2 dice a lot of the time.
Barry says he uses Glart a lot, and Glart's great for 16k.
Yeah.
But if it means you can fit in, could you fit in Glart and Fez?
I think you probably could, couldn't you? With his bank, you could.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to also get a wizard. That's the thing.
You would want, or you wouldn't want.
You wouldn't be able to get a wizard as well as Glart and Fez.
Well, not even with his cash.
I mean, you'd be spending a lot of it. I don't think he wants to spend a lot of it.
No. Varusy is playing at home, so he has got the 50k off stars. So that's why I think he's definitely.
So my instant thought was Bomber, just because 10k for an extra body is great, but Fez is 50k for a lot more useful body.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to get some strength, Chorfs can have trouble against a lot of strength. They've got the 2 bulls, but beyond that, if you can spread out the Chorfs and make the guard less useful.
Yeah, and if Wolfbark gets some removals as well, because he's got 2 piling on mighties, and that's going to go straight to that Chorf armor. I'm going to vote for Wolfbark, I think.
I'm going to vote for a draw, but only because of Wolfbark's continuing malaise at having to play Blood Bowl.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I think if he was full on wanting to play and win OCC, I think Ant-Man should be afraid. But as it is, I think he might just phone it in a bit and be a draw.
Okay. All right. Next one is the Kingdom of Swadia versus Jump All Stars, and again, get your calculator ready, Khornight, because there's almost 1,000, I think, of inducements here, depending on.
I mean, I don't need a calculator. I can tell you it now if you really want me to.
Yeah, I do.
I kind of enjoy watching you try and do maths. It's a lot. It's more entertaining for all of us.
You can see my
as he counts to 10.
You can see my lips move. You can see my lips move and everything, can't you? I get my fingers.
Yeah.
What you can't see is I've got my socks off as well, so I can use my toes as well. And
the thing that really always bugs me is, it's faster almost always to count the gaps rather than the players, right?
Right.
Like, as long as he's got more than 7 players.
You and your systems.
6, as long as you've got more than 6 players, it's worth counting the gaps. So the gaps tell you how many players he's missing very quickly, which is 1.
So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's got 10 players. Yeah. Yeah. Or I could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, so it's 14, 10.
What did you get in maths?
Against 230.
What did you get? What did you get at maths GCSE?
I got an A star.
And did you do it at A level?
Kind of. But I didn't finish the A levels. I changed college. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
I got an A in maths, I think. Or did I get a B? I can't remember. So long ago. Did I get a B? I got a feeling I got a B, you know.
I mean, at GCSE it's meaningless, right?
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
Doesn't actually mean anything at all.
And then at A level I got an E, I think. Or an M.
I'm amazed that you did maths at A level.
I did do maths at A level. I know, it's surprising.
I
surprised myself. But the problem with my A levels is I discovered girls and semi-illegal drugs and music at the same time. So it was
semi-illegal drugs.
Well, you know. Let's talk about this another time.
Okay.
Yeah. So this Brett team is pretty beaten up, isn't it? They're missing two blitzers and a lineman. But the Devil's Lettuce, yes, it was Galenti. Okay, well, let's do it now. It was Devil's Lettuce, and our local nightclub, which we all went to, was the peak of the 90s. So indie was massive.
Poppers?
It was fucking Poppers, yeah.
There we go.
Which I don't recommend as an adult. But
and for a certain period, mushrooms were like
everyone was willing to mushrooms, weren't they?
Yeah, you could buy them in shops. Yeah, it was great.
Anyway, that's a drugging aside. Dreamland I beat. He got a U at Maths A level, which is good. I never knew the distinction between U, N, and E. But yeah, Galento exactly, and it was indeed a gay club we all went to, but it wasn't a gay night, if that makes sense. So they were selling poppers. But anyway, enough of the poppers distraction.
I mean, I'm aware of what the night rates use, but
we're aware of the use.
It was definitely just the thing that was being handed around all the clubs. It wasn't just
all the clubs.
Yeah.
In fact, I've got two smells that are the smell, I guess, of the 90s for me, which is dry ice and poppers. Because that's what the clubs were back then.
Because you went to towny clubs.
I didn't. I was at indie clubs. I just told you. Anyway, and cheap sticky carpets and lager and Lynx Africa. Right. This blocker. What do you get for this blocker? He's got block. He's got guard. He's got wrestle and guard.
I think that's fair.
If it's a double, I guess it's dodge. If it's not a double, mighty, stand firm.
I mean, I would have liked more stand firm by now. I like the control you can get with Brett's. So I picked stand firm before Mighty Blow, but I totally get picking Mighty Blow too.
Yeah, I mean, he's got one tackle.
He's got two tackle anyway.
But one's MNG.
You're not picking for this game, right? The team overall has two tackle.
Yeah,
and
that's and you want
wrestle, and wrestle is also kind of
anti-dodge, isn't it? Yeah. So
yeah,
anti-blodge. Sorry. So I don't think you need tackle on him. I'd prefer tackles on the blitz as well. I think. Anyway, but I mean, I
prefer stand firm just for the control of him staying where you want him to stay.
And can this be true, Galentio? Is Count Starmer niggled? Yes, he is. So I mean, Count Mathas, I do respect as a coach, but it's going to be a tough game. And I mean, we don't have to even look at Jump All Stars to know it's horrible, because there are more or less 1,000 TV above the other guy. So I mean, is it nearly a complete Nurgle team, this one?
It's 15 players. It's completed that way. The Beast doesn't yet have block, which is one thing I always think is, a sign of an incomplete team. He's got 2 Legend Warriors and 2 Strength 5 Warriors,
and 2 Legend Pestigors. So
one is a Ball Carrier who also has Leader, which the leaders. It surprises me he hasn't gone down for 2 rerolls because with so much block and sure hand. I guess when you're 2,300 TV, you just there's no point being less than 2,300 TV because all your opponents are going to be wasting money on inducements at some level.
Has he got
Oh yeah, and Darius says he likes to greed rerolls blocks, of course.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So four rerolls for
four rerolls for hitting people.
Although the Pommer needs to be replaced, so he does have a new Claw Mighty Pestigore who is 4 SPP away from being a Pommer, Claw Pommer at least.
And then do you think he'll get rid of Tanjiro at that point?
I hope so. That movement, I've seen him play, and the movement is a real pain.
Yeah,
especially
movement 5 is really horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially with Frenzy.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's hard not to bet on RTSD for this, isn't it? I mean, it's 1,000 in inducements doesn't make up for anything there, does it? Really? I mean, what you
940 in case you.
Okay, 940. Thank you. I did give up on the maths. So 940. 940 is Brett's. I mean, Jesus Christ, what players? Just massive bench. I mean, you could get two. You get both rookie. You get 2 Merc Blitzers
with Blodge.
With Blodge, why not?
Yeah.
Fill the rest up with linemen. You get. I wouldn't recommend Morg for this just because he's easily removable, but Griff is fine. I think a wizard is essential as well. I mean, bribes.
I mean, Griff, a wizard, and Mercs is plausibly enough. Maybe bribes as well because I think RTSD does.
If you've got a chance, he's going to pile on, isn't he? Let's be honest. So
yeah.
But I don't think that makes up for this. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Calentio says Griff and Morg. Griff and Morg.
Yeah.
And still have money for the wizards.
Yeah, that's it. That's the insanity of where we are. But yeah, I'm going to... but it pains me to vote for a kill team. Just does.
By the way, Cat Mathis has the Nuffle Altar, so he does get cheaper stars.
Right. So we'll get.
But I still wouldn't get more. I still would rather more bodies.
Yeah.
Rather than.
But I'd definitely get Griff then.
Oh yeah, and Dolphar's only like 100k, right? Which is, based broadly speaking, nothing for AG4.
I'm gonna go. You can get. Varus says Dolphar. I'm gonna vote for Count Mathas.
Oh, Willow, the ultimate.
Willow's pretty good. Thick skull.
Yeah, doesn't care about being clawed. That's only 100k as well. So Willow and Griff to do some heavy lifting in terms of dodging and stuff, and Willow just to get punched.
And Varus has made a really good point, which is HMP, which is
yeah, if you can get past the line and then just HMP it
because there's no stink there, is there? So
you can try and avoid the stink by whatever.
Yeah.
Dreamland says Willow is never the answer. I'm afraid Willow is shit, but she's cheap and shit, and
this matchup is good.
Yeah, and she has a lot of skills that kind of are not that bothered about claw pomming. So okay, she's got thick skull, and she's strength 4 and sidestep. It's kind of annoying, and it's better for her to be clawed than one of your own players, right?
Mm.
She doesn't have block. No, it's true. But if she dies in one turn, that's better than one of your players dying, right? It's better than something better being killed. But yeah, I guess you could go Dolphar and Griff.
Dolphar and Griff, yeah.
Griff and Blitzers sprint into the backfield. Dolphar HMPs
it towards them. And then Varus isn't having your Willow defense.
Fine.
And Dreamland is not keen on Willow.
I mean, an extra peasant as a merc costs 70, so you're paying 30 for a stronger player who's got sidestep, which I think is more useful.
Is she more useful than Dolphar and Griff, though? That's a question.
I mean, it wouldn't be my go-to plan, but I don't hate it. I mean, actually, Griff and Zara wouldn't be too bad. No.
Not Zara.
Still too much.
I think Griff and Dolphar, and you make use of the HMP because this is one of the only games I think would actually be useful.
I mean, and Dolphins AG4 as well, so you get
and it's got kick off, and it's got kick off return, so it's even better.
And diving catch.
Catch. Maybe not as good.
It worked with kick off return.
Pass block.
Yeah.
So.
And kick actually, so that gives you. Oh. Yeah. I think he's actually got a kick already, right?
Yeah, maybe. I can look. So yeah, I quite like that tactic because it's just different, isn't it? So Griff punches a hole through the defence. You get your catchers through.
Oh, he doesn't have a kicker. Sorry.
You get your catchers through there, and then HMP it right up the other end of the pitch. Hope it lands on the pitch and not off the pitch, and then run in.
You can make sure it doesn't land off the pitch by just HMPing it to a corner 3 squares away from the edge, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you can do that, and then hopefully your catchers get it before his dirty stink boys. And
Galentio, exactly. It's like they put every fringe skill onto an elf all day.
Yeah. And I quite like that as a tactic. But will that work against RTSD? I mean, he'll presumably know about HMP. So
I like Dreamland's suggestion, which is retire the team and play not Berts, which is actually I'm going to do the reverse of that. I'm thinking about starting a Berts team.
You're going to go Berts?
I played them loads when Blood Bowl 2 came out because obviously they were new and exciting, and then haven't really played them since. I can't remember there's one of my teams is dying in some league, and I was thinking I might reroll to Berts. Oh no, yeah, it's in OFL where it's eras, so I can choose to keep my pro elves or three players, and the rest go into free agency and start a new pro elf team, or I can switch to something else. I might pick Berts.
Yeah. All right, we've got 10 minutes to do 2 games, so we've got to go quite... one game, actually, one game. So, it's so hard to vote on RTSD, isn't it? So I voted for Count Mathis.
Okay.
Or should I vote for... I'm going to vote for a draw. I'm going to change my
draw. Is actually not a bad choice, I think.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
Okay, we've got 1 game left, so that's fine. So Nibenen, I've talked about.
We've done, yeah. Because it started already.
Yeah, it started, currently in progress. So the last game is Southern Sentinels versus Liquidor Squad. So Southern Sentinels are Varus's team this week.
Yeah. They're Varus's team every week.
Yeah, our Varus's team every week. He's just missing the 1 player. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4. 16 take away 4 is 14. So he's got 14 players for this game.
Awesome.
Is that right?
Yep.
That seems a lot.
That's right, yeah.
Okay. 14 players for this game. AG4 is, I guess, the standout, although he's movement 6. We've got a few of the Red Crosses here, but I don't think any of them are niggles. And again, he is versus Orcs 1760. He's got 12 players. Yeah.
13
players. Carry the 1. I'm just going to let you do the maths from now on. And yeah, because of Luke's fouling shenanigans last week, he's only missing his Strength 5 Black Orc, right? But again, the rest of the squad isn't. There's not much there. He's only 17. Well, 1760 seems quite a lot for this squad, if that makes sense. So a lot of that's in the Goblin. That's nearly 200 in the Goblin, who admittedly didn't really do much. Mass is hard, Galentio, absolutely. That stuff. And then he's got a couple of AG4 blitzers which are quite good. But yeah, it's sparse, isn't it? This team, Khornight, wouldn't you say, for the TV? There's a lot concentrated in a couple of players.
We talked about the lizard attrition, but basically this is a team that's gone through the orc attrition, or any team where you're paying for the AV9 and then you face a lot of claw, and the AV9 players get recycled, because clearly there's been a lot of black orc and lineman recycling going on in this team. So there's having 4 skillless players looks kind of horrific at this point.
Yeah, and I think just on paper, Varus's team is going to outstrength them. He's got more guard, more tackle, not more mighty blow, though he does have a piling honour, and he's got jump up as well, of course. That's really good. But here's where the maths comes into it again. 1760 versus 1640. So
120.
120 for Varus.
Yeah.
So he could scum a wizard. He's got the bank for it, which I think is probably a good shout for this game. I don't think anything else is worth it. I mean, bribes potentially, but against armor 9, yeah.
I mean, and you got a spare player anyway. You could, if you get a foul in, it's fine. But like that, I have a feeling there will be fouling.
I've got a feeling there'll be fouling because that's what Luke did all last game. So
both teams fouled.
Yeah.
Notably last game. So.
But hopefully, he won't be fouling with his AG4 this time.
Luke doesn't have a dirty player at all.
No.
Yeah. It's a close. I don't think it's that unbalanced towards either coach really. I love the Pepsi the third, the Blitzer, who's move up, move down.
Yeah, that's always a classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and indeed he is a legendary goblin, but without a troll. That's what I said. Yeah, he got legend last week, right? And Luke did put in the OCC main chat on Discord. Oh, look, legendary goblin. But I mean, or someone else did. I think it could have been. Who's that guy from the South Seas again?
Yeah, no,
James Cook.
James Cook.
He keeps an eye on the legends in the OCC, and he's good. Don't get me wrong, that goblin's great. But what would be even better is if he had a troll, because then you got a 1-turn.
Varus uses the goblin for sneak attacks on the ball, so I assume dodging in or a block hit on the ball.
I mean, he's blood step, isn't he? I mean,
and stunty blood step, so gets to ignore all those tackle zones.
But yeah, there we go. Anyway, who do you think? Or do you think draw?
This to me is a close one. Luke's underperformed for my liking this season.
Yeah, he has, absolutely. 4 losses. Draw, says Galentio.
Yeah, I'll go for Luke, partly because you and Dreamland have gone for Varus and a draw, each as well. So, yeah, I think it's like 50-50-50, or 33-33-33 for the winner draw options.
Okay.
I don't think it's that in one direction.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm afraid we've got a dash. We can't chat too much this week. I've got to set up for this call. I've got it in a minute. Who's on?
Give me a second. I'll check.
Cheers for watching, guys. I'll put this stream in the OCC as well later, and I'll even export it to YouTube if you want to catch up on that as well. But thank you for watching.
Did you like what I did when I actually uploaded mine to YouTube? Because I'm worried that sometimes if the internet's causing problems with my twitching, at least the local video that I save and then upload to YouTube is going to be lag free.
Okay.
The only people who are on is
Eliod and a couple of
random people who I don't know.
Okay, do Eliod then, and I'm going to run. Well, I guess I can do Eliod.
There's a guy who's got 3 viewers, and one of his tags is furry.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood for furry today. not with how the world is at the moment. I can't face furry on top of that as well. So thanks guys.
That bombshell. I saw. Yeah. There's an artist who's done. Oh, fine. They're gone.
Can you just say hello to Eliod for us?
Yeah.
But I've really got a dash, so I will see you later.
All right. Cheers. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, what's going on here?